As we have heard, this is a contested area. It's not a settled matter, and that's the very reason we're having these debates. And one particular area I want to just mention is this issue of gender and gender identity. Because often the materials cited and delivered use or reflect a certainty that simply isn't there. And I want to make one key observation about this in the couple of minutes I have, is that I think in these debates that I've heard, we will all agree on three things. We want children to be themselves, true to themselves. We want them to be accepted. And we also want them respected as individuals, valued as individuals. There's no question of this thing. But what starts to be problematic is when I hear words like my truth and a moral relativism creeping into the materials that we see. Because this is existentialism, to give it a name, and anyone can look that up. And we can go back a long time to see the weaknesses in this and the risks associated with it. It was Søren Kierkegaard who outlined some of the risks and the conclusions of this form of thinking. He pointed out that actually the end of existentialism is three things. First of all, inauthenticity. And yet we said that one of our objectives is to be authentic. He said that alienation was another consequence of existentialism and a moral relativism. And yet we said we want children to be accepted, not outcast. And thirdly, he warned against the degradation of individuals into objects or things. And we've heard just now the Honourable Member for Thurrock talk about how sex is more than just gratification and the use of another person to satisfy our desires. It cannot be that we use a philosophy to deliver something which confounds its very purpose. If we seek true to self, acceptance and respect and value as an individual, we cannot use then a morally relativist approach which promises exactly the opposite of those things: inauthenticity, alienation and the degradation of an individual to an object.